2 years ago today, I had the incredible honour of joining Labour's National Executive Committee as one of your representatives. It was an even greater honour to discover earlier this year that you had put your faith in me again and re-elected me for a second term. In my second election campaign, just like in my first, I stood to put members first, to put you at the heart of our decision-making structures. When I spoke to you at the end of my first year, I reflected on some of the big decisions that had been made. The principles of refunding Labour that were agreed following our consultation, the appointment of our new General Secretary, and the greater commitment that we had secured to member engagement. But if that first year was about taking big decisions, about new ways of working, the second has been about delivery. Over the course of the last 12 months, our new General Secretary has radically reformed our head office structure. We now have a new Executive Director team organised around our strategic priorities, working closely with the Leader's Office. And I'm really pleased that even in the first few weeks of his appointment, our new Executive Director for Members and Supporters, Ollie Buston, had already been on the road with me visiting local constituencies. And I'm really pleased that he's going to continue to do that. And we've started to implement refunding Labour. I know that it will take some time to trickle down in some areas, and I do want to see more constituency delegates coming through to conference using those free delegate passes that we secured. But it's great to see so many constituencies grasping the flexibility that refunding Labour has afforded them and thinking about doing things differently, being imaginative about how they engage with members and their local communities. And I'm chuffed to bits that our Plus One initiative has seen more than 8,000 new members and supporters join our party. I know that some constituencies were concerned about the removal of women's officers, and that's why I worked hard with the Labour Women's Network and the National Women's Conference, and with my NEC colleagues, to make sure that women's officers were reinstated in the rulebook at conference this year and given the full status that they deserve. And I'm really excited that this Thursday sees one of the biggest commitments of refunding Labour being delivered, our brand new online policy hub, Your Britain. That new online resource is for all members to use. It will profile clearly our policy consultations, our existing policy documents. It will allow you to see who your policy forum representatives are and allow you to contact them. And it will allow you to engage in the consultation and track submissions at the click of a button. It looked great in the sneak preview that we got last week, and I'm sure it will be even better when it's launched on Thursday. But the key to that new site is that it will develop over time. So the more that you use it, the more that you contribute to it and populate it, the more useful a resource it will become, both for you as members and for the Central Party in understanding what your position is in relation to policy proposals. And I'm more than happy to come and talk to you about that if you'd like me to. The best part of being on the NEC is coming out to meet you, campaigning with you and listening to your feedback. I've visited 84 different constituencies now, right across the UK, from Arundel in South Downs in the south to Inverclyde up in Scotland, campaigning with the Better Together team. Your commitment is truly inspiring, and I know that we wouldn't have won the seats that we did last week without you. And we need to stick together to ensure that we meet the challenges that face us ahead. That's why, as long as I'm on the NEC, I'll keep putting members first. So thanks for everything that you do for the party, and thanks again for another great year.